Hello, every folks, and good morning. Welcome to a quick discussion on we got more Unicorn Overlord news. So, first of all, excited to look over that. But for another thing, I have to say it's really funny to me that every single time that there's another update about Unicorn Overlord, there's some new game I find out about that people are like, "Here's this incredibly good concept, and it was really well executed," and you've never heard of it. Again, by Vanillaware. Like recently, it was whatever this 13 Sentinels thing is. I guess they made like some time traveling mech game at some point and just never told anybody about it or something. Already have their Vita titles as well as their PSP titles to go and do reviews for in the near future here. But it just surprises me that every single bit of news, there's just suddenly like new stuff to go look into. All right. Anyway, back to the news at hand. Unicorn Overlord. So for those unfamiliar, I don't know why you'd be seeing this if you weren't familiar, but whatever. Essentially, they were doing a sort of ogre battle looking thing. That's basically what's got us so excited over here. So, let's just go ahead and go over this article. This is the Gametsu article. There were a lot of variations of this. Some of them were more upsetting than... Actually, was this the one? No, this was not the one. I think it was... Eurogamer was the one that was missing the mark. Fans of Triangle Strategy and Fire Emblem... Like, dude, come on! What is the box art referencing? Where have you been? Anyway, let's go ahead and go over the Gametsu version of this whole thing. So, publisher Atlas and developer Vanillaware have released new information and screenshots for tactical RPG Unicorn Overlord, introducing allied characters Travis... I don't know why I'm saying Travis wrong. Travis, Yana, Clive, Chloe, Hodrick, Melisandre, the Five Nations under the thumb of the Zenorian Empire, and exploration of the overworld. Okay, they're going over the different characters here. So we got this Travis guy, basically your spy dude. Let's see, spy that works for the Cornerian? Dude from Star Fox. Anyway, Liberation Army has been in this clandestine line of work for years, and when their army is formed, he joins the combat troops under their command. Okay, interesting choice of like little, just like wearing a skirt as part of a cape, but all right, that works. So we got our designated stabby guy. Anyway, I'm assuming this is probably why they gave that whole reference to Triangle there, because this basically looks like your same Anna over here. Alright, who else do we got here? This guy seems to be doing passive steals. I love that passive steals just became a thing now in RPGs. I don't know if it came from somewhere else, but I will forever credit Felseal for doing that. Just like passive stealing over different things. Like I saw it in Felseal there, saw it was it actually in Triangle to any degree? I can't remember. I remember that also being a thing in Octopath 2 to some degree. I forget to what degree, though. Looks like we got it here. We had it in Crimson Tactics there, which I have the review through for that. That's got another part coming through soon. Anyway. Next up, we got Yana, one of the allies there. So this is basically our witch lady over here, who forgot to bring pants to the war, but alright, whatever, they're a witch, it's acceptable. Seems like that hat would fall off, though. Seems like it would be kind of heavy with the horns, but hey, whatever. You know what, rule of cool and all that. So, a young witch that was living in the swamps of the witch's village when the Zenorian army raids the village and begins to take the witches into captivity. She successfully escapes via a spell of feline transmutation. You know what? Whatever, that tracks, that works. Appreciate the little detail there. Yeah, looks like we got our Casty Witch sword. Do we have any new stuff that we can glean from this? Let's see, well, we got some shooty type of stuff going on here. Looks like it's just going to be panning back and forth between the different parties. I wonder if they will have dedicated ranged attacks in this version. So, my whole knowledge set of this whole thing, I'm assuming is that it's going to be operating off a lot of the things that Ogre Battle did, given what we're seeing about the overall format here. Is it possibly completely off the mark? Hell yeah, we have very little to go on. But either way, I'm assuming that it's going to be something like that. But based on the fact that these guys look to be in kind of passive stances, I'm going to assume that they can sort of ranged chip each other. I guess that would be where the Fire Emblem comparison would be coming from there. Then we have Clive, who is totally not Levitz over here. Looks like he's going to be your best buddy character. A member of the Knights of the Old Kingdom of Cornea, or Cornea, not Corneria, whoops. Knighted early in his career, he has been praised for his intelligence and bravery since he was a squire. He has used his talents to lay the groundwork for the Liberation Army as Yosef's right-hand man. Is our dude Dutch? I don't know. Alright, so what can we glean about this dude? Let's see, he's got some buddy characters. We already know about Armor Knight guy. I'm assuming this is going to be our veteran dad guy that dies immediately. We've got our chess pieces over here. Like, the artwork that these guys put into all their games is freaking, incredible, I gotta say. They definitely blow that out of the park. I think the weird factor that came from when I was originally looking through a lot of their catalog was, like, the sheer amount of, like, if I play this in public, there's going to be some questions when it came to some of the fan service. But either way. Let's see. We got stabbies. We know that it looks like they're going to actually have some blood effects on there. Wasn't expecting that one. I wonder if these backgrounds are going to change based on location. I would assume so, given that these guys really love their artwork. Alright, let's go ahead and carry on here. So then we have... Alrighty, sorry about that. A little bit of an interruption there. The dogs were going a bit crazy. Anyway, so we have Chloe here next. That looks like this is going to be our standard kind of counterpart character. You always got to have your guy and girl team next to your leader in these games, but I've got to say, I appreciate a lot of things about this design. All of a sudden, like the other ones, you know, were fairly standard stuff so far. There's a lot of oddly specific things I appreciate about her design right here. For one thing, you don't see bill hooks that often. Granted, they were more of a guard thing, but you still gotta appreciate the weird stuff when you see it. Also appreciate the fact that most of the characters are using spears. Good on ya. Another thing, also, the whole armor situation here. So in many cases, so whenever there's designs for RPGs or what have you, in many cases there's this thing of either going for full like combat bikini or going for like quote-unquote realistic bulky plate and whatever else. But the funny part is, in many cases, in both cases, they end up being impractical, because a lot of times when they go for the sort of practical looking stuff, they end up adding too many plates to the point where the person actually wouldn't be able to move. In this case, the fact that they actually had it tapered off right here and then switched over to flexible armor for above and below, like in many cases, the actual breastplates and stuff like that on armor didn't actually go down that far. Weirdly specific detail, just appreciate that's there. I think technically it might go a little lower, but hell, I'm no armor or whatever else, but I know that that's something that I saw it come up pretty regularly as far as armor designs went. Just cool little detail. Anyway, carrying on here. So, daughter of a friend of Yosef, when she joined the Liberation Army, she became Yosef's apprentice and studied martial arts and academics. While she maintains a courteous attitude towards Elaine as her prince, she also counts herself as one of his good friends. So yeah, typical a three-person friend group here. I will say, I actually just noticed I mixed up the names earlier. Yosef's I guess that's like your dad guy, or the Liberation Army commander guy, I don't know. But you're this Elaine dude, I am understanding here. Let's see, what do we got here? We got our dialogue scenes. That looks like she's really gotta go right now. Maybe dismiss everybody, dude. Nice horizon in the background, though. Appreciate that. Kind of looks like the Knight of Lotus Island. Anyway, so let's go and see if we can make more sense of the actual strategy situation here. So she seems to have charged ahead from the back line, gone for a double stab on these two. So we already know that stab-throughs and kind of like presumably diagonals and things like that are going to be a thing. Looks like they got these little gem points. I believe this was actually mentioned at some point, that they specifically will have skill points that they can activate at certain times. If we're comparing this to Ogre Battle, I would assume this would be similar to the way that the tarot cards are activated, if I were to guess. Obviously, there's only so much to go on, so a lot of this is just going to be, you know, me attempting to pull assumptions straight out of my ass, but we're going to attempt to give this a go. But they are taking a swing. I wonder if they'll be counterattacking in the middle of a different attack as well. Will be interesting to see. Also, does this guy have a headband over a helmet? Not gonna lie, that's kind of badass. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. What else? So this is her just stabbing in Japanese this time. Okay. So we got Hodrick. Looks like our kind of like Fire Emblem-esque Armor Knight looking guy. Dude is absolutely chonkular, good lord. So yeah, seems to be a walking brick wall. I'm not sure how this dude moves at all, based on the previous point that we were making, but then again, who knows? I don't think he's meant to. So, former Knight of Cornea, trusted by Queen... yeah, Cornea, not Corneria. I'm just stupid. Anyway, trusted by Queen Elenia, he served as a personal guard. During the rebellion, he fought along Elenia, but ultimately he was defeated and captured by Valmore. Was it because he couldn't fit through the door? Maybe. Also, wow, she got taken out. Also, wait, Renault? Are we getting some Darkest Dungeon in here? Nah, that'd be some crazy lore right there. The crossover nobody saw coming. But yeah, apparently she got KO'd. This dude is over here, so I guess if I were to assume here, we're probably starting in a supposed to lose prologue type situation here. I'm not sure if they are meant to be a generic or just one of the characters that weren't actually mentioned yet. Though that said, they're going to mention later on in this article. I briefly skimmed over this earlier. They did seem to mention that you'll have named characters for all of your squad, so presumably there maybe won't be permadeath. It'd be kind of interesting if there was, and it adapted to things again. What I typically like the Ogre Battle series for its whole adaptive story thing. I don't know. I don't know if they'll do that. That'd be pretty awesome if they did, but we have little to nothing to go on, so let's go ahead and carry on here. As I understand, Vanillaware isn't about that sort of thing. They seem to like the constant action and mechanics, flashiness kind of stuff, which is pretty awesome. I have to say, I really liked their when I was attempting Muramasa Rebirth a little bit ago. I completely didn't understand a lot of what was going on, but a lot of the takes on a lot of both Castlevania and Souls-like ideas, really legit there. I liked it. Story confused the hell out of me, and, there was that, but still, really, really, really freaking stylish. Really liked the whole sword switching mechanic and whatever else. These guys seem to have a lot of cool ideas and really cool artwork. So that's definitely becoming more and more clear. Okay. Carrying on here, let's see. Yeah, I'm really liking this look that these guys are going for more and more. Actually, I'm amazed I didn't realize that earlier. So we got heavy cover as one of his abilities, so I guess this guy is just able to full guard in these kinds of situations. I wonder if these points are kind of restored over time, or maybe resupplied or something. I'm wondering how that point economy is going to go, because that looks pretty good. Alright, then we got Melisandre, and it looks like we will have voice acting in this one. Very, I want to say kind of French-looking, but I'm missing something on that. There's something else to it. Overall, kind of liking the sort of relative basicness of the getup mixed with the relative implied fanciness going on here. Let's see, the head of House Mlet, distinguished Cornian clan. Losing her parents and older brother to illness early in life, she was raised and trained by her aunt and uncle as heir to the Mlet family. Let's see. Alright, so, let's see, sassy attitude sort fencer kind of character by the looks of it. I wonder if we'll see people showing up and doing stuff in these camp scenes. They seem to like doing the kind of drawn-out background with just kind of people being in the foreground type situation. So maybe we won't see camp scenes. I really like camp scenes in RPGs. Again, I know Felseal got me spoiled by that particular one, but I just really like whenever you see in your Tactics Ogres, to some degree in your Crimson Tacticses, to your to especially stuff like Felseal there, where you just see people showing up and just doing stuff in the background of cutscenes. Especially when it's generics. I love seeing custom generics showing up in cutscenes. I don't think that's going to be a thing here. I'm just going off on a tangent that nobody cares about. Let's go ahead and keep moving on here. Let's see. So, it looks like they're going to be having sparring matches. I love the Griffin off in the background. God, that thing looks cool. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what's going on behind them there, because they got one behind them, they got one over here. Is this... They're blocked off right here. I'm trying to figure out if this is one of the characters we've seen before, but judging by the sandal, judging by what looks like a dress, it's kind of like a Valkyrie-looking situation on top of a griffin, which, man, where's the metal band hiding in the background for this whole scene? Looks like there are going to be blocks, like the actual physical blocks, rather than just dodges. I'm not seeing any skill activations. Though, that being said, I see two units looking unique over here. I think we may have confirmed generics. And I love me some generics. Again, might not be. Maybe they're just clones or something. I don't know. I just love me some generics. But anyway. So, story takes place on the continent of Fevrith, I guess. Once comprised of 5 nations, Cornia, Dreknold, Elam, Bistorius, and Albion. However, the Reborn Zenorian Empire, led by Galerius, now dominates the entire continent. I wonder if it's meant to be that Zenoria sounds a lot like Zenobia. That's Galerius sounds a lot like Elias. I wonder. It could just be just general fantasy names, but I will forever look for like ogre battle comparisons here. Just like the protagonist faction looks like the crest on their armor looks a lot like the Lodician emblem. This looks a lot like the opposite of the rebel emblem, where it's lions instead of griffins. Though that being said, this is also kind of like a standard fantasy crest type situation. But I appreciate the fact that they got like what looks like frickin' manticores or whatever going on here. Like, these guys are metal as hell. Can we just join them instead? Let's see. A great empire that historians say once ruled most of the world. It boasted advanced civilization and technology. Yeah, I mean, you gotta be advanced to be this metal. Legend has it that at the height of their prosperity, a mysterious calamity destroyed the whole of the empire in a single day. The 5 nations under the iron fist of the Zenorian Empire are the Kingdom of Cornea with the unicorns and lions and the regal symbols, and do you know we're the good guys yet? Located in the center of the continent, Cornea claims the fertile fields, a powerful military force, and the largest acreage of land out of all the 5 kingdoms. Wait, why are... Well, we're not starting off as the downtrodden ones at this time around, are we? The lords of the kingdom hold great loyalty to the royal family, and Queen Elena's name is sacred to her subjects. Then you got Drakenhold. Do you know that Lance runs us yet? A land of mountains and deserts in... I know it's deserts, I'm just messing with you. In the southeastern part of the continent, the kingdom holds abundant mineral resources and boasts a strong military force led by Dragon Knights. It also has a long history of border disputes with Cornea. Neato. Also, that is just one very spiky helmet that they've got up there at the top. Next up, we got Oh, nope. Wait, what? Yeah, a land of mountains and deserts in the... Wait a minute. Yeah, that's Elheim. Okay. A land of elves... Wait, elves? Both light and dark, nestled in verdant forests in the southwestern part of the continent. It boasts a unique system of government led by a divine seer known as the Terenius. The Winding Wood guards this land from outsiders. Alright, cool. We got the Baratheons over here. And next we got the... Who are these? A country extending across a vast cold region to the north, populated by various types of beast folk known as the Bestrels, or Bestrels? I guess it would be Bestrels, I don't know. We'll find out once we hear the voice acting, who possess frightening martial prowess. Currently, the country is not ruled by a king, but rather a council of clan leaders. So, all of y'all Ogre Battle 64 fans, they're like, hey, I need more werewolf representation, here you go. Maybe we'll still get a were-tiger. We'll see, it's not too late. We don't know yet. We don't know. Alright. Next, let's see. We got Albion, a religious state on a large island on the western part of the continent. It commands a strong faith-based national and military power under the pontiff of the Pelagian Orthodoxy. Many inhabitants are part of a winged population known as angels. Neato! You know what? I was always saying for Tactics Ogre that it's strange that all of the angels and hawkmen didn't take over. Yeah, I guess they did here, didn't they? Okay. Actually, wait. Are these guys the bad guys? I don't know. Although, I guess it's nice to... Actually, no. No. They're not the... What are they? They're not these guys. So, okay, so they're not the Manticore people. So maybe they're not the bad guys. Okay, in that case, you know what? The Angels finally got their own, like, properly recognized government. They don't have to fly around saying we're too mysterious and you don't question the will of God, also die. Every 5 minutes. Okay. Let's see. Exploration, Overworld. Explore the vast Overworld at your leisure, encountering various quests and events. Fight against enemies, liberate and recapture or rebuild captured settlements, and prepare your forces to advance even further. So this is interesting. That we actually have almost like a... I know this is a weird comparison, but this almost makes me think that this is going to be something like Ogre Battle meets Battle Brothers in this way. If you're just like traveling along and just going and like interacting with sub-events all the time and whatever. I almost wonder if there's going to be... Like, I don't see a timer thing outside of night and day. So I wonder if there's actually going to be any kind of pressure to continue onwards. Because personally, I like when there's some kind of pressure to push forward, you know? It just causes you to have a different playthrough every time. But let's see. Yeah, it mentioned the sides. I wonder if you can maybe switch sides or something. Got quest logs, got people dotted about all over the place. But they also, you know what? Maybe there are enemy movements from location to location, because they do show where enemy camps are. That'd be interesting. So we'll find out what's going on there. All right, what do we got? What do we got on this one? Select quests. What kind of quests are we getting? So, according to two citizens who fled Kokij town in the wake of a raid by the Black Talon bandits, a man from the Cornea militia plans to resist the thieves, and Elaine strives to join him in that fight. So, you basically go out and do an encounter here. You receive some stuff. A beckoning bell. So, I'm assuming. Wait a minute. That'd be interesting if this is, like, if we are still following that kind of ogre battle formula, and then, like, you're doing side quests with different squads in different locations or something. That's interesting. Because the reason I'm saying about that bell, there was an item that in the ogre battle games where if you had squads that were displaced and you really needed somebody there right now, you had certain items that could instantly, like, instant transmission people from one town to another. But either way, that's... I wonder if that's actually going to be the same thing or not. I will constantly look at those comparisons, because, again, we even got the fireworks upon taking a city, you know? But it looks like there's... Wait a minute, there's opening and closing doors. I wonder if there's actually going to be, like, siege mechanics. Okay, that'd be pretty cool. Love to see if there's, like, supply lines or something between cities. I'm probably looking into this way too much. Expand units, higher units. Okay, so we do have confirmed generics. Fantastic. I'm very happy, because that means at some point there's the opportunity to go play through this thing with generics. Forget all the story stuff. Let's see. Station a soldier to guard the town. So I guess you pick one of your squad leaders, and then you have them go and hold the place? Okay. Abducted, you say? Interesting. Okay, so I guess if you lose a commander or something, they get abducted. That's interesting. Alright, we got mechanics on actually showing up. Actually, hold on, wait a minute. What's this? Let's see, we got different icons denoting stuff here. I'm assuming this is just foot-based rather than flying, and maybe their armor class. We got deliveries, enlistments, guards. Okay, I'm really liking what we're seeing here. Like, this is looking fascinating. Like, so part of the reason I find this fascinating with the whole ogre battle thing, like, part of the reason we got Tactics Ogre to begin with was because there was a call for, like, back in the day, people were saying, like, we want this ogre battle thing, but a little bit more zoomed in, you know, so you're still doing the squad stuff, but you're actually going into the nitty-gritty of the politics and the wars and whatever. And I wonder if this is what people meant back then. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, so we got some kind of mining minigame here. I read something about this earlier. I'm assuming they're going to mention this down here someplace. Let's see. Liberating towns. When you defeat Imperial forces and liberate towns and forts, you'll gain access to armories and tool shops. Wandering enemies in the region will also disappear, making it easier to explore the area. Okay, so you got wandering enemies. And you got pet chickens! Okay, this is a day one buy. You can't just introduce pet chicken and not make it a day one buy. Like, dude. What's that? Brown chicken? There we go. There we go. You know, you're going to get some probably pretty decent... And actually, no. Is that a rooster? I can't... it just says chicken. Well, I mean, it says it's a chicken. Maybe you will get eggs. Who knows? We did see that there were food mechanics earlier, so maybe you can station chickens to go guard a place. So, let's see. We got multiple squads that are positioned to... Yeah, no, they look like they're doing the whole ogre battle movement thing. They say where everybody's moving. Let's see. What's this? Do they have some kind of footing mechanic for dislodging leaders? That's interesting. Wonder if maybe, like, after you lose a certain amount of times, there's, like, a build-up meter for, like, a retreat or something. Not sure what's going on there, but it looks pretty cool. Not sure if these are, like, overall levels, or just kind of like a generalized threat level of that particular unit. This looks like the cavalry squad's a bit stronger here. Are they interacting with terrain? Not clear. I think they're just kind of running past these fences here. I don't know if we'll end up seeing the return of wall mechanics. I don't know. But it looks pretty cool. Oh, there's a time limit for fights. Okay. That's good. That's really, really good. If this is following an ogre battle-like formula, hell yes on the limited time mechanics. Okay. I know I get excited about stupid things. It's just, don't question me. Years of challenge runs will do a thing to your brain. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, this is what we saw earlier. What is this? Yes, I'm assuming she's just talking about her Swamp Witch situation. I would kind of expect that she would have, like, some kind of flippers on or something walking through the swamp. That seems like a great way to lose your shoe. I mean, hell, one time I was going and playing some disc golf with my brother in Florida, and just accidentally stepped into the wrong hole with frickin' flip-flops, and I never saw that shoe again. I can't imagine what you're doing with glass slippers there, lady. But anyway, I suppose if she's used to being a cat, maybe she's all nimble or whatever. Okay, so I guess you recruit some of your characters through random events. That makes sense. And not really much more to glean from that one there. I know somewhere one of these ads mentioned something about how these minigames work, though. Like, it was something like you just collect as many as you can in some limited amount of time. Let's see, there's even some unusual quests, which, again, if... I know when I was trying to reach out to Atlas for a potential review copy, I kept getting redirected over to the Sega page for some reason, and I guess they were the ones that were supposed to handle all that stuff. And if I understand, Sega's the ones behind Yakuza there, so maybe we can potentially station a chicken to go guard a base. You know what? They've done it for financial systems before. Why not? Granted, I don't know what the corporate structure is behind who owns who at this point, but I know I respect the hell out of both those companies. Alright, so let's see. Liberating towns when you defeat Imperial forces. Oh yeah, we already read that. So you beat the place, you get the stuff. They give you money, they give you loot, they give you some of this renown stuff, whatever honors are. I guess you spend those like some kind of faction points. I guess you got some wine out of that, and I guess then you just do side quests in that zone. But again, I wonder how it's going to be handling the whole back and forth feel there. What do we got? Come on, load. Load, dang you. You don't even have any more ads to load, because I had to turn on ad blocker, because this page refused to even function with so many ads on there. Hang on, let's try that again. Yeah, it's funny. I usually don't even run an ad blocker, considering, you know, kind of having a channel where ads are kind of a part of your stuff will generally make you not want to use an ad blocker anymore, but... yeah, then you get those cases where so many of these dang things kept popping. Yeah, I think it killed the ad blocker. That's what happened. The page wouldn't even function, so anyway. Let's see. They saved that town. I wonder if they'll be able to take boats from place to place. They got some soldiers watching places. Although, again, if you're stationing people to watch towns, that feels like there's going to be defense missions, and that sounds like a really fun thing. I'm going to have to dust off the Switch. I don't know what to tell you. Actually, then again, if I can get the PS4 version, then I can remote play it off of a PS Vita, and that sounds awesome. Okay, whatever, we'll have to test that. Please load the picture. Come on. There we go. Let's see, buy to sell, the word yours. Okay, I got healing items, usual kinds of stuff, traps. Traps and mines and crystals for spying on stuff. Okay. Smoke nuts. Okay, that's interesting. So what are the values on these? Magic mines, let's see. You might be able to glean some information off this. Apparently they don't value nuts very much here. Only slightly less than healing. Healing fonts, healing tonics. I guess it's just levels of healings. Revival items, so we do have revival items out in the field. They're not terribly expensive by comparison. Dice. I wonder if dice make you re-roll stuff. I can't imagine that you'd have any equivalent to, like, the Joker Tarot or something like this for that cheap in just a random shop, but who knows. They do have a buyback function, so that tells me we're probably going to have unique items. That's good. I don't see why there wouldn't be, but hey, you never know. Alright, rebuilding towns. Towns devastated by Imperial rule can be destructed by delivering materials, adding facilities and functions that can be used. Alright, what's this going to tell us? Deliver items for rewards. So we pay them honors, they do deliveries, and I don't think that's actually telling us anything here. You gave them coconut or cornut lumber, and then fireworks went off, and profit, I guess? I don't know. It doesn't tell us what actually happened there. Okay, food mechanic. What's this telling us? So we got barkeep lady. You know what? Appreciate keeping the fan service to a modest medium here. This is not as egregious as Dragon's Crown was. This looks like a game I can actually play in public. Anyway, man, the friggin' food looks good though. Although, what is this? These like Jello cubes or something? Like this looks freaking amazing. This looks like something I've tried making before out of bacon, leftover tortillas, and eggs. Um, but yeah, this looks almost like a blintz of sorts, or maybe it's like a yam. I don't know. Stuff looks good either way. I don't know what it is with a lot of stuff related to Sega and just having good food art, but I always appreciated that. Alright, let's see. When large towns and fortified cities are rebuilt, inns will be added where they will be able to serve meals. Collecting. Items are scattered throughout the overworld, encouraging exploration. Many of these items can be delivered to towns to help rebuild, so be proactive in collecting them. Maybe I will. What do we got here? Let's see. Acquired meager timber. Okay, maybe could have gone for something a little bit more fancy than I have found stick on ground, but sometimes you find a nice stick and you just gotta carry it around, you know? See, auxiliary requests. Does it tell us what these do, though? It says that they give... Well, okay. They give honors and war funds in these cases. I mean, these seem like fairly standard deliver the random stuff type side quests. And then they found a shiny on the ground, and then presumably they picked it up. And I guess these are just different facilities that they're fixing up along the way. Unclear. See, these items will also refresh after a certain amount of battles are completed. Garrisoning! There we go. You can station your comrades in reconstructed towns. Once a character is garrisoned in a town, you will receive rewards each time you complete a stage. Okay. So... like, complete a stage there? Complete a stage in general? I don't know. Okay, that looked like one we already saw before. We can leave Mr. I swear I'm not a Labbits over here to guard this port town. Fantastic. And I wonder if, like, given that we see guards patrolling and whatever else, I wonder if there will be layers of defense to this stuff. That'd be cool. Because I love a good defensive system. Like, if this was, like, bringing in, like, a kind of stronghold feeling to this stuff, that'd be pretty freaking cool. See, your station guard acquired materials. Okay, so they're just, like, bringing in materials for guarding the place, presumably looting them off the dead bodies, off the endless people going and approaching their gates. Alright, forts. You can also engage in muck battles in which prearranged allied units fight each other. You can also expand the size of your units to bolster the number of available character slots in a unit. Okay, that kind of makes me think of, what's it called? Symphony of War, to a certain degree. And yeah, I really like that they have these little billhook spears. I know that it was mostly like a medieval cop kind of situation to just sort of like catch somebody as they were running away, but it's just a cool frickin' design, okay? Like, why else are you gonna have this guy that looks like he came from like Italy or France or something, and then this guy looks like he was friggin' Norwegian? Everything gets to follow the rule of cool here. Let's see. Mock battles, expand units. Okay, just basically the same thing they just described. Fantastic. What do these mock battles look like? Presumably battles of the mock variety. Okay. And I wonder if this is going to be like how you start the game, where you're going and fighting this Yosef guy as if he's Warren. He kind of looks like Warren too, just in more armor. Let's see. Increase the maximum size of this unit. Yes, from what? From spending these chest points. Okay. Interesting. So... okay, so they... oh, no. That's just... their chest points are the number of units, and the renown is the, is this stuff over here. Now... How does this sizing thing work, though? Like, is this just each squad individually, or is this somehow a progression of some kind? I don't know. Anyway, whatever. You spend the cups to go get your chest points up. Gotcha. Ultimate maximum size of 10 units when up to it, with up to 5 members in each. So presumably cavalry seem to count as 2. Alright, honors and renown. To use a fort, you must prove your valor by earning honors, and to unlock the functions of a fort, you need the appropriate renown rank. Honors can be earned by clearing stages and delivering goods, while renown is earned through quest completion and town rebuilding. Okay. Alright, what do we got here? Getting money off of war funds, honors, renowns. Okay. Fair enough. Basically just a picture for the thing they just showed. Get your renown rank up from certain things, and what's this? Griffinites? Man, that is... that is so many different styles going on at once. Also, I'm not sure an axe is what you want to be using on the back of that, but hey, who am I to judge? It looks freaking cool. Like, I would figure... I'm surprised more of these ranged unit, or flying unit types never show up with, like, crossbows or something. I saw a breakdown a little while ago over, like, potential theoretical best weapons for, you know, this, that, or the other mythological thing. I don't know, I haven't watched that channel in a while, it's been a minute, but, I remember one of the regular things coming up was, like, throwing javelins and darts, specifically. Because, like, if somebody's flying around, you know, they probably would be able to throw a lot of darts from a pretty darn long distance from up there. But they always want to get up close. Which, I guess, if the Griffin's, like, catching them and then grabbing them and then they swing the axe for the head, yeah, that'll do it. Okay, I'm overthinking this, but hey, we can customize stuff, and that's pretty cool. Hair colors, skin colors, wait, skin color blue? Eh? I guess they just mean their outfit or something. Secondary color, white feathers. You can customize the feathers on your Griffin? Oh, man. You know what? Vale, if you're seeing this, I think you just found your game, dude. And options for choice and whatever else. Okay, perfect. We're just XCOMing this. I appreciate that. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly the level of customization you need. All right. Let's see, build renowned hire mercenaries who you can customize as you see fit. Alright, what else we got here? Encounter battles, find wandering enemies in the overworld to trigger an encounter, finish off the enemy in one battle to earn experience and honors. Okay, cool. So specifically, you gotta finish them off in one round, and I guess presumably after that one round they run away, so if you crush their raid or not, that's a cool little challenge. That's actually, something that you saw in Monster Sanctuary too. That's, I like that. Okay, cool, so you win the ambush, and win pretty darn good. What else can we potentially glean here? Not really very much, just that they're getting raided. The dang Varangians showed up again. Alright, what do we got here? Looks like, find it difficult to proceed in that direction, absent the strength to defeat wandering enemies in a single battle. Okay. So you just retreat if you can't beat them? Alright, I guess. See, losing an encounter will send you back to Liberation Territory, so watch your strength. Queries. Pay gold at a mining minigame at Queries. Mine as much ore and materials as you can within the time limit. You might even dig up an old treasure map. Oh, dang, we got clue scrolls. Time to go find your dragon scimitar and remember where you stashed it. Let's see. I mean, it seems pretty straightforward. You mine the things, you get the stuff. Dandy dandy. I guess we get a certain amount of time. Looks like a few seconds to keep on mining. Fine and fine, and we know what these materials are used for, so it doesn't look like they've got any kind of, like, gacha mechanics going on, so that's good. Okay. So, we got... Basically, that's all the pictures that we got so far for this one. That's all the information that they've got in this particular update. I'm excited. This actually has opened up a lot of things and just a lot of little implications. Obviously we don't know for sure exactly what's going on here, but still, it seems like this thing is going to be a mix of a lot of cool ideas. It seems like they had a lot of interesting ideas to the formula that they at least seem to be referencing a whole bunch. I mean, based off what we saw from the box art and things like that, or from some of the early art and whatever, it definitely seems like they're going for an ogre battle vibe, but they seem to be doing a lot more with the actual towns themselves, doing an almost like Jagged Alliance kind of thing with leaving your people to guard places, rebuilding things, having constant income and whatever else. I guess that is actually kind of a decent comparison there. Is this going to be Ogre Battle meets Jagged Alliance? That would be absolutely amazing if so. But I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I don't know exactly what I'm seeing here, but I want to see a town defended by a chicken. You know, we keep chickens ourselves, and I can tell you, them suckers get absolutely savage if something tries to take over their home, so I'm just saying, that seems like a pretty believable thing to me, and I hope we get chicken knights. Hope we get chicken knights. You know what, maybe we just get the blacksmith to go make these guys a bunch of armor, get them a bunch of, like, crazy sharp talons and whatever else, and then we just release a cat somewhere nearby to go and spook them, at which point they'll gladly go kill an elephant. Why not? But yeah, that's about that. So let me know what y'all think. I'll leave a link to at least this article. There's like 20 different variations of this whole thing somewhere online, but this is the one with the pictures that end up blowing up in, you know, big picture form in the most convenient manner. So that's the one I went with. All right, y'all have yourselves a good one. Thank you for stopping by, and take care. Later.